Oh, we're going. Bang, we're live.
Right.
Hey! What's going on? That's disgraceful. Hello, guys.
Are we cam girls now?
You are?
Do I take my top off? What's going on?
God. Welcome to the Abroad in Japan podcast, not podcast that I'm talking about. Oh, I'm so tired. Why am I doing that? Hello, guys. Good to see you all. Sorry for the technical issues we had on the Google Hangout thingamajig. YouTube had some problem. We had to reset the page and have to do it all. So sorry about that. But it's good to see you now. We're here. We're alive. And we've got an individually wrapped banana.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Why do the Japanese insist on double wrapping their bananas? I mean, nature does the first wrapping, obviously, with the skin, but
I don't know. It does feel a bit over the top,
isn't it?
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hermetically
sealed bananas.
I went into 7-Eleven earlier to get some much-needed bananas, and
Do you say much-needed bananas?
Much-needed, not much-needed.
Your teeth gone that bad since you've started this trip?
But in 7-Eleven, they individually wrap bananas. You know how in most places bananas come in a bunch and they're wrapped, but no, in Japan, individually wrapped bananas. And Japan prides itself on being the land of not wasting plastic, and yet individually wrapped. Bananas.
If you ever stay in an Airbnb, the system of recycling, you need a degree to figure out combustible, non-combustible, PET bottles, non-PET bottles, cans, other
Absolute
things,
nightmare.
diamond rings, tiaras, all the things you need to get rid of.
It's a nightmare. Recycling in Japan is pretty hardcore, and yet it sometimes feels like it's all in vain when you see an individually wrapped banana. Anyway, guys, where are you watching from out there in the big wide world? Let us know in the comments. Let's see which countries, which cities, which wonderful corners of the world you are all watching from. We've got quite a lot of people joining us here.
I've never
There's like 500 people here. That's like a record for me.
Sorry, St. Jesus.
Sorry, yeah. Don't offend Jesus.
He's got excited. We need to tell people where we are.
Yeah.
The technological feats, the hoops we are having to leap through to make this broadcast is incredible.
So Pete's been joining me the last few days on the cycle, and we planned this live show in Kobe City on our last night. Pete's actually finished tomorrow. He's going off to Tokyo to enjoy his holiday.
I'm free.
He's free.
It's Halloween time.
He's free to have fun. But tonight we're doing our show live from a log cabin on the outskirts of Kobe in a mountain, like a horror film. It looks like The Shining. I'm going to show you. Yeah, look at this.
We arrived very late.
Look at this. So this is our log cabin. Say hello, everyone. Hey, there's people, and there's a log cabin. And it's a log cabin. It's pretty cool.
There's excellent carbon monoxide detectors in every room, I've noticed. So,
yeah, we're not going to get carbon monoxide poisoning.
No, but we might get killed by an axe murderer, because this is very much the setting of every horror film ever made.
All right, let's see where you guys are watching from. Bromley, yes, I've been there. That's my second hometown. England, Denmark, Finland, Liverpool, Singapore, Estonia, Amsterdam,
Brunei,
Texas, Ohio, Australia, Seattle, Cambridge, Netherlands, Midwest, US, Jesus, Montreal, Canada, Indonesia, Northeast England. That's where you're from.
Northeast England, lads.
Yeah.
I was teaching some Osaka residents some Northeast slang.
Right.
Why man? It's slang that Chris isn't even aware of. But they did it. They caught with it amicably.
Yeah. So yesterday in Osaka, Pete and I were in this little America town. It's a very trendy hip hop place. It's not hip hop, is it? It's pretty shit. But it's a great place to sit, drink, and meet people. And we did meet some people. We met some young university students who were very nice.
We met some people. We asked some other people to go and talk to them for us on our behalf, because we are what's known as big scaredy cats.
We harassed some people, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But it was not in vain, because we filmed them and put them in a video. They will be in a video. But they taught Pete some Osaka dialect,
We instantly forgot it.
Nani, what they teach you?
Nani.
Nandene means what are you doing? What
are you doing?
Nandene. And you taught them
why man.
Don't know what that is.
No, it's just. Well, hello then. It's a yes. It's a yes.
If you're from the UK like myself, have you ever heard this phrase?
Why man? It's obvious. Pete's
from the North England. I'm from the South. It's basically like two different countries.
It's like Game of Thrones. I'm north of the wall. I'm a wildling. And Chris is some pansy in his castle.
I'm Joffrey.
Joffrey. You could have chosen anyone, and you chose Joffrey.
I want to be Joffrey.
Pretty
I love the name Joffrey. My firstborn daughter is going to be called Joffrey. whether she likes it or not. Anyway, Joffrey aside, for the next hour, roughly, we're all yours, guys. So send us your questions. We're going to be diving into the comments section, reading out your questions about anything, as well as talking through all the stuff we've done, because it's only been 4 days that Pete and I have been hanging out, but it's been pretty intensive, to be fair.
Action-packed.
Action-packed.
It's been intensive. It's been intense. I saw 2 dogs being dressed in Halloween clothing outside Starbucks this morning, and that was just outside Starbucks. So
we've had a lot of animal run-ins. We've had a lot of, every day there's been some sort of animal situation.
I had an old lady running it. an old lady is not an animal. But the way she was riding that scooter was animalistic.
An old lady is not an animal.
She swiped me with her scooter. She absolutely mashed into me.
Pete nearly died 2 days ago in Kyoto. 50/60-year-old woman was driving a scooter. I was walking ahead of Pete and I just heard, ah! And then bang. And I turned around and some woman had nearly just run over the great Pete Donaldson. It would have been the late Pete Donaldson.
She really did. I think I probably got.
You got a scar?
It had a mark. She marked me.
Is that bad?
Well, the first time I went to Seoul, I was run over by an old man on a scooter. So I'm completing a set. All the older people of every Asian nation trying to kill me with their scooters. But I think she was to blame. But then if I look back on the CCTV, I think she may have a case. That's all I'm saying. I may have stepped out. It was my fault, basically. Right. So I'm so glad she didn't crash properly.
Let's look at some questions. When is the next video, says Andy. The next video is tonight, Andy. And the next video is about black ramen. Ooh. Black ramen. It's basically ramen that's barely edible. Oh. And that's what that video is about. Oh. Have you been stopped by the police during your cycle, says Mario CFHQ. No, not yet.
We nearly done this mountain road. We went through a red by accident and we had to backtrack very quickly.
And we nearly did the other day in a rice field where there's a police car.
Oh, yeah, he was just hanging out, wasn't he?
We were doing some drone shots. So Pete and I were cycling through a rice field. It was wonderful. It was magical. And then there was a police car and it looked like they wanted to stop us for using a drone, but we got away with it just about. So
I jumped on the drone and flew away and then everything exploded. And I was like, it looked really cool.
I'm going to make that happen. Yeah, I want to make that happen now.
How many coolish have you had so far, Pete? Obviously a podcast listener. Those of you watching on these videos probably won't know who I am, but I am on the Abroad in Japan podcast.
Yeah, so actually good point. A lot of people might not know who Pete is. Pete is my co-host on the Abroad in Japan podcast, a good friend, popular, famous, super duper radio DJ.
Yeah, that's words that never apply to the word radio DJ.
If you know Absolute Radio in the UK, it's a pretty big radio station. He's a DJ on it.
We were listening to it in the car earlier
on. We were listening to Pete's own radio station in the car.
Radio onanism.
What a
narcissist. It was what's going on here? People giving us money.
Not us, Tokyo Creative.
Tokyo Creative are giving us money.
Yeah, anyway, let's not get into that.
All right, sorry. I've never done this before. I'm excited. What are we talking about? How many coolish? On the podcast, basically, I talk about my love of ice cream. Coolish, if you will.
Coolish ice cream.
It's basically a foil-wrapped chemical that's white. Imagine Tipex, but it's like white out, but it's delicious.
You're making it sound so awful. You could explain it's basically ice cream in a little pouch.
Yeah.
And you get it out of the freezer in any convenience store in Japan, and then you squeeze it, it gets warmed up and then melts, you can squeeze it out the pouch.
Yeah.
Pete's just made it sound like some sort of chemical weapon and not done it justice. So Nikita says, have you swapped the tyres on your bike? Hello from St. Petersburg again. No, Nikita, I haven't swapped the tyres on my bike, but I am going to get new tyres tomorrow. Fun fact, the front tyre on my bike is bent.
What do you mean? How did you do that?
It's fucking bent.
How did you do that?
I went down a hole.
You make it sound like it's like an underground level in a video game.
Probably
went down
was.
A hole.
I was cycling, I went off the pavement. There's a scene in a video tomorrow coming up where I crashed the bicycle basically and we bent the tyre slightly. And lots of viewers have seen pictures of the bike and actually pointed it out. So I've got to change the tyre.
Actually noticed that it's a little bit
eagle-eyed viewers. I noticed the tyre is fucked.
I see.
Jack Sadler, the great Jack Sadler, who of course does lots of remixes for the channel.
Oh, does he?
He says, I finally made it onto one of these live shows. Did you enjoy my remix, Chris? Yes, I did. Go, ladies and gentlemen, go on YouTube, type in Abroad Japan remix, and Jack Sadler, who's left a comment here, you can see his remixes of various videos of ours, and they're very, very good.
Hopefully I'll get a remix.
You will not, yeah.
Give me a remix.
Jack, make a remix for Pete.
I'm joking. Please don't do any work on my behalf. Don't do anything on my behalf.
Rantsu Dragon says, "Where are you now? Is this live in Japan?" This is live. This is live in Japan. We're just outside of Kobe City. So we came to Kobe to film, and it's what is it? Thursday night? Is it Thursday? It's
Thursday night. Party night.
Party night.
It's disco night, mate.
Party night in a log cabin. Yeah.
We're in a log cabin.
With a banana. An individually wrapped banana. Basically, we tried to stay in a hotel in Kobe, but hotels are so expensive that we had to stay in a log cabin. So we're on the outskirts of Kobe right now, but we are in Japan, very much so.
Can you prove it? Oh God, we can't prove it.
I can't prove it because if I say, yeah, look at this Japanese-looking setting, it looks like we're in Switzerland. Apart from there's a Wenbin, and there's Meg from China and Japan, respectively. So that's the only giveaway that we're not in Switzerland.
Meg's Japanese American and Wenbin's Chinese. This gets less Japanese every time we do this. Unbelievable.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go, guys. What questions
Calpis.
have we got?
Somebody was talking about concentrated calpis. Apparently, you can buy it in
Calpis.
There's some over there.
Oh, look. This, ladies and gentlemen,
one of my favourite drinks
is Calpis. Calpis water. What does it taste like, Pete?
It tastes like a very watery yogurt. It is nice, though.
Do you know, I put this, whenever I want to get lots of views on my video, I put this in my video because the American pronunciation is Calpis. Calpis? Something like Calpis. Whereas we just say Calpis, which sounds, of course, like Calpis. And loads of people in the comment, whenever I have it in a video, loads of Americans go, "Oh my God, I thought you said Calpis, ha ha ha." And the audience engagement in the comments section of the video means YouTube promotes the video, thus it gets more views. So every time I feature Calpis in a video, genuinely, it gets like 20% more views.
Just find something, so you find like a product that's a bit smutty.
Sounds a bit weird, yeah. It's the miracle of Calpis. If you are starting out as a YouTuber, just put some Calpis in the videos and watch the success happen.
I'm drinking a Kagome smoothie.
Kagome smoothie.
That's all I got. It's got carrots and kiwis in it.
They
don't go together.
It looks fucking disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. Thomas Vu says, "Take off your top."
Yes.
Go on, Pete. You do it first, and then I'll just not do that.
Absolutely. There's loads of. How come you get so many messages? How can you get on top of all of these?
I can't.
Do you not feel like guilty that you're just missing people out?
Yeah. I enjoy doing live shows. We've got 825 people here currently, and it's a real nightmare trying to keep up with questions. Where is the rest of the team? Says Bella. The rest of the team, Bella, and the other two are probably just doing something, having fun.
One was doing yoga. What's Ian doing?
Ian, where's Ian?
Ian!
Hello. There you go.
There he is. There's Ian.
You come down here and say hello to people.
I'm just getting some guitar strings delivered to the house.
There's a guitar in the
this is
in
Ian.
the room,
If you've watched my videos, he's the driver and coordinator, and he's a bit special.
A little bit.
Because he's bought some guitar strings.
Well, for the first time on this entire trip, we're not staying in a hotel, and they have a guitar.
They do have a guitar.
And my eyes lit up when I saw it, but two of the strings are broken. But the owner of this place has just brought some guitars.
Wow,
it's
see?
really nice.
When you come to Japan, stay in a log cabin because you
How did he
get
know you were upset?
a free
I wasn't
guitar
upset. He wrote
and guitar strings,
said,
apparently.
"Do you need anything?" And jokingly, I said, "The guitar string would be nice if you've got one, if you're a player." And he said, "Well, I actually do play."
In that story, we went up a mountain, and we've managed to acquire some guitar strings.
It's random as fuck.
Get some Ernie balls, mate.
Hey, Chris, what's
Ernie
it
balls,
like?
that's a bit naughty.
Ernie Balls? What?
He mixed guitar strings. But it sounds a bit naughty, so we can get promoted more.
Let's get this live stream back on track, goddammit.
All right.
Enough of Ernie Balls, whatever Ernie Balls is.
Vignesh says, can you read all of these comments?
Can I read all of the comments? No. I think I'd break my mouth. How's Japan, says Vignesh. Japan is good. Rename your channel to Calpis in Japan. No. I pronounce it closer to Calpis like you, but I'm Canadian. Also, it tastes fine, says Chantel. I'm in work watching you guys. Help, I'm really bored. Well, you're not bored now because you're watching the...
No.
Think about that. You're sitting in an office somewhere and your comment's just been read out and 876 people have heard it. So that's exciting.
Get over to the most exciting piece of office furniture, the shredder, and just shred some paper.
Shred some paper.
It's really cathartic.
When I worked in an office for 2 years and felt like just not living, I used to just shred things for fun. Took the stress away. So if you're at work now after live show's done and you're bored and you hate your job, just go and shred some stuff.
Yeah,
Take your boss's paperwork and fucking stick it in the
Find a
shredder.
co-worker's cardigan.
Sabotage 800 businesses around the world.
Hmm.
If each and every viewer watching this goes and shreds something, the world will be a better place.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, have we just brought down the entirety?
Of brought down the Western world.
Western world.
Have you got thin road tyres yet for your bike? Says Jack. No, Jack, we haven't got thin road tyres, but I'm thinking about doing it. If we can't fix the bent tyre on the front of the bike, we're going to have to get thin tyres.
The thing is, though, the cycle, the provisions for cycle users, Jutensha users in Japan, they are extensive.
Well, you say that, but
but the roads are, but sometimes the paths are quite kind of bumpy and lumpy, aren't they?
Lumpy paths. The lumpy paths of Japan. Watch out. But actually, there are lots of bike shops in Japan. But we've gone to the bike shop with the bent tyre and we've said, help fix our bike. And they've gone, no, because you've got a special bike. So once again, my cursed bike that cost like $2,000 has fucked me because it's so elaborate and special that no bike shop in Japan can actually fix it.
I've not had a go on your bike, actually.
You know,
I've used.
You haven't lived.
I've used the inferior second bike.
Well, you say the second bike's inferior. The second bike doesn't have a bent tyre and it's a road bike, so it's actually considerably easier to cycle. So you're the winner.
Oh, yeah.
Railty says, hello from sunny West Sussex, lads. Good to see you're not dead yet. Laughing my arse off. Any tips for a freshers uni student? I need a degree for jet. Any ideas? I'll peel this banana seductively while you talk.
How to get a degree, or how to just deal with being a fresh? Just enjoy the first year. Don't worry about the first year.
Rule of thumb: if you're at university, the first year, I can't eat this banana on camera.
Fine.
This is going to come back to
go
haunt me.
Cam, go.
Fuck off! If you're a university student watching this, the first year, just fuck about, have fun. Don't worry about it. Like, it doesn't matter. I basically nearly failed my first year because I was just out drinking bottles of wine every night.
Yeah, no, I didn't do anything. In the first year. No.
Work hard in the second and third year. The first year, don't do that. And yeah, just get a degree. It can be in anything. If you want to be a jet program person, if you want to be on the Japan Exchange teaching program, you just need a degree. Make sure it's in something you can kind of tie in with teaching in Japan. You tried to get on jet, but it didn't work out.
My animal husbandry degree didn't get me there.
You studied animal husbandry?
It was multimedia design. But, you know,
I got really excited.
Turn my hand to it, I imagine. But, I mean, to be honest, I did do a year in a zoo, so it kind of works, doesn't it?
I'm not eating this banana on camera.
We have just, we did just come back from, speaking of the zoo, we just come back from Monkey World a couple of days ago.
It's not Monkey World, it's the Monkey Park in Kyoto.
I think the monkey semantics can be left aside for the live show. We went to see a lot of monkeys up the side of a mountain, and it was wonderful. Some Japanese macaques, naughty little sods they were.
I'm excited about the phrase monkey semantics.
Monkey semantics.
Monkey semantics. Yeah, so we've done quite a lot actually. I'm losing control of this chat thread. How does it work?
Somebody asked, are we back on the bikes tomorrow? I'm bloody not, because this is a really steep hill. I'm going back to Tokyo, but you are very much going to get back on the bike very soon, aren't you?
Pete escapes tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. He is going back to Tokyo. So Pete's been with me for 4 days now, and we started at Lake Biwa, which is a lovely lake just north of Kyoto. And he hasn't really cycled a whole lot, have you?
I've cycled more than Natsuki, so...
Anybody cycle more than Natsuki? At least he did something, though. That's cool.
What's that?
Your beard and moustache actually look good on you. I don't know if I agree with that.
I think it should be. I think you need to thin it out a little bit. You know, you just like do a bit of a Clark Gable, a really thin kind of pencil moustache, or John Waters.
It's already a pretty thin nightmare. The reason I haven't shaved is lots of people tell me I shouldn't, and so I guess it kind of looks good throughout the series as my face just gets more and more hairy and.
You look like Ian Beale in EastEnders when he went off the rails.
I'll look good. By the end of it, I'll have a nice beard. I'll look really cool. Show us the Kobe beef cows, Chris, not just the cow piss. I would, but it's quite dark outside. Otherwise, I'd take this laptop and we'd go through the hills of Kobe looking for some cows. Chris,
do they live here, or do they just meet their end?
What, the cows? Yeah, they live in a log cabin. And eat individually wrapped bananas.
We had some Kobe beef today, though, didn't we?
We did.
It was bloody delicious. Quite heavy on the stomach, though. Can't eat a lot of that.
So we're in Kobe, and we have one thing to do in Kobe today, and that was eat Kobe beef. And it was fucking magical. It was the first time Pete's had Wagyu beef.
Mm-hmm.
And how was it?
It was.
How would you describe the experience of eating Kobe beef?
It was incredibly luxurious. I think to the non-meat eaters, it's probably obscene. I think to any normal person, it's pretty obscene. But it's very rich, very rich. You couldn't have that Monday through Friday. Sumo restaurant or sumo restaurant.
I must admit, I did feel a bit nauseous after eating. We had 250 grams of Kobe beef each. It cost $150 each. Luckily, Tokyo Creative paid for it. My network agency. So thank you, Tokyo Creative.
Thanks, Tokyo Creative.
But it was a gift to Pete because I said to Pete back in March, Pete was interviewing various celebrities because he's a DJ, and he interviewed Bryan Cranston of Breaking Bad and Malcolm in the Middle fame. And I said, if you can get Bryan Cranston to shout out the Abroad in Japan podcast, I'll buy you Kobe beef. And he did it. He got Bryan Cranston to shout out Abroad in Japan. So that's why we had Kobe beef today.
Well,
Pete earned that Kobe beef.
John Jess or Jess John even says, hi from the Philippines. Pete, how did you become a radio broadcaster in Japan? I want to be one also. So I'm not a radio broadcaster in Japan, but I am a radio broadcaster in Japan, if that makes any sense.
It makes no sense. It's so confusing.
I'm a radio broadcaster who's happened to travel to Japan. So how that happened was I went to the website of Skyscanner, which does flights, and I booked a flight. So there you go. That's how you do that.
You've just shattered someone's dream.
What?
You've just destroyed someone's dream in the Philippines. What's Chantal say?
Chantal Ward says, are you going to, do we do second names, or is that a terrible breach of data protection?
Just read the goddamn comment.
Are you going to meet Roland while Peter's here?
Who's Roland?
Who's Peter?
Who's Roland? Who's Roland? You're going to have to elaborate on that, Chantal.
Chantal.
I don't know who Roland is. I feel like I should know who Roland is. Ian, who's Roland?
Rat.
Roland.
Yeah, Roland Rat. That's the only Roland I can think of.
No, it's not that Roland.
Roland,
we'll work that out.
Roland, Japan.
Rancid Dragon says, one last question. How did you learn Japanese? Any tips? I learned Japanese by reading a lot of textbooks and sitting in my bedroom repeating phrases over and over, basically. I used to go jogging down a highway near where I lived, and I used audio tapes, and I would just listen to dialogue.
Sounds a bit suspect, mate. Jogging in an underpass, just a bit weird.
I didn't say underpass. I said alongside a highway.
Highway, yeah, it's a bit weird.
Underpass would be shady.
Yeah.
But I did that basically. I just self-studied, get some textbooks, and go at your own pace and try and learn it yourself. And and then it helped that I was in Japan, of course, because whenever I had any problems, I could just ask some people.
Yeah,
my
I think
colleagues.
when you try and practice, we've spoken on the podcast. We do a little bit of on the Abroad in Japan podcast. We do a little bit of vocabulary every now and again, and I've come up with many different methods of learning the odd word by sticking post-it notes to my shower curtain, for example. That sort of works for me. But
that's really cool. And Pete's a master of memes, mnemonics, right? Where you take a word and you try and this is a really good tip for language learning. Just quick, I need a quick example. I can't think of one. I'm both too tired to think. But you take a word and you try and find something else that associates with it. So so the word for bear in Japanese is kuma.
Yes.
I say to you kuma.
Right.
How do you remember the word kuma?
I think of a bear in a car, which is kuruma.
Good. So association.
I mean, that relies on you knowing the word for car, though.
But it's still the same principle, right? You're using word association, and that's how I actually learned thousands of words. Actually, when I was studying in Japanese, I would use word association. So it's a really good way.
Bear in a car. Just imagine.
Yeah. Justin says, "Holy cow!" Pun intended. Holy cow! You've almost got 1,000 viewers. You're all great. Oh, thanks, Justin.
No, he does not say that. He says, y'all are great.
Oh, y'all great. You are
he's
great.
Rooting he's rooting and tooted.
Justin, are you from America? Because we need to speak your phrase. You say your question in that accent.
Who's your favourite superhero? Adam wants to know.
My favourite superhero? You think of yours first.
I don't really like superheroes. I don't know why I read that question out.
I like Batman. I like Bruce Wayne, Batman, because he's rich and can do things. And I think, there we go.
Are Japanese roads safe for cyclists? Says Mario CFH.
Japanese, I must say,
very, very safe. I would not dare to cycle in London or even my hometown of Hartlepool, because I'd be knocked off within seconds. I'd be under a bus.
I wouldn't cycle in the UK in
immediately.
general. We hate cyclists in the UK. We see them as like obstructions to our daily existence. Whereas in Japan, because everybody cycles until the age of about 18, all they do, like, everybody has a bike. Like, all students in Japan cycle to school. So it's a very, very cycle-friendly country. Perhaps the number one of the highest-ranked cycle-friendly countries on earth. And it's an absolute joy cycling through Japan. Like, it's been really pleasant cycling around.
It's a great way to see a city. A lot of the bigger cities, actually a lot of smaller towns have.
Roland.
Cycle hire.
Roland is the host king. Remember from the podcast?
Oh, him, yes.
We're forgetting our own podcast.
Sorry, yeah.
So Roland, for some context,
Sexy space,
ladies and
David
gentlemen,
Boy, man.
Roland is the biggest host in Japan. If you don't know what hostess culture, in Japan, you pay money, you go to a hostess bar, girls sit down and talk to you for 2 hours. They pour your drinks, they light your cigarettes, they massage your ego like this. And the host bar is the opposite. You're a girl, you go in, and a guy does all that stuff. And the king of hosts is Roland.
Yeah.
And
we've not visited him. We've not seen him.
You can do it though. You're going to Tokyo. He's in Shinjuku.
Is he?
He's in.
I just wait around for him to get out of his big Beamer or whatever he's got. Hasn't he got like an amazing car?
He made $80,000 in 1 month by just basically chatting up people in a bar.
Wow.
So fair play to Roland, king of the hosts. JJ says, "Thank you for all the content and laughs. Also for letting us see." Letting me see parts of Japan that I won't get to see since I'm sick and barely get to have time out of hospital. Oh no, sorry to hear that, JJ.
I hope things get better for you, JJ.
Yes, here's some money for a drink to keep you guys going. Thanks, JJ. All the best. And I'm sorry you can't get out yourself. I mean,
let us be your window on the Japanese world.
Yes, like hopefully these videos, these 50 or so videos, when the whole trip is said and done, you've got a lot of Japan there to watch and enjoy. So hopefully you can enjoy it. So thanks, JJ. And
how many videos are you going to be putting out?
Like 45-ish.
What?
We've only got the first 10 done.
When's the money shot? When am I arriving?
The money shot.
When's the big Kahuna?
We've hit 1,000 views, by the way, right now.
When does PED appear on the?
So Pete Donaldson will appear on the Abroad Japan channel for the first time properly ever in about 1 week.
It's been 1 week since you looked. Remember that one?
No.
Good.
Have you just made up a song?
No.
Cleaver.
Sean. I know Sean.
Cleaver says, Pete, will you be bringing back any custom body pillows or just souvenirs to your friends at Radio Staccato, Pete's radio company?
I'll be drawing some foul images on pillows I've stolen from hotels. So that's what I'm going to be doing, bringing that home. Making my own waifu pillows. Yep, charming.
Pete, you had fun with that waifu pillow in the car today.
It was I was so tired today.
Pete and I went out in Osaka last night. We drank a lot. We went to like 4 or 5 different places, bars. We filmed it all, so that video is coming out. We went to a retro games bar, played some games. I beat Pete at Bomberman. That was fucking magical.
It's just a weird game to be good at. It's like nobody goes.
It's Bomberman, Pete.
There's no like Mario Kart. Mario. People know these games. Bomberman. There's no great love.
It's a man that has bombs. It must be good as a video game. This is a great question from Azimodius. Sounds like Ozymandias. What undergarments do you wear? Black Men Underwear series. Do you know what that is? That's
a series. If you ever go into Don Quixote, they seem to be the only pants they sell.
Yes.
If you get caught short, if you haven't brought enough pants, you go in and the only brand are it's literally Black Men, isn't it? Is it Black Man or Black Men?
Sounds like
the brand is Black
people
Man
coming into
Black
this
Men.
chat room live Q&A, digging yourself a hole.
Girls now.
It's context. Don Quixote, biggest department store in Japan, sells every manner of goods. There's lots of cheap, weird brands, and the best brand of underwear sold there is literally Black Man underwear.
Yeah, it's quite disconcerting when you see it.
And they have the Black Man bikini, the Black Man underwear bikini thing. Fucking horrible.
Yeah,
Point is,
I do actually own a pair because when I was in Halloween a few years ago in Shibuya, I was going to a party and I dressed as Minnie Mouse, and it was because it was built for a woman. It was kind of revealing, so I had to buy some shorts, and they were Black Men shorts. They were kind of quite long, kind of. So almost like diving shorts, I suppose. You know what divers have?
I know what divers have.
A bit like that. Sounds racist. I mean, it probably
There's people
is.
in the comments who
Probably
think you're
is,
being
mate.
racist now. Pete is, Pete is massively racist.
Well, I'm literally not. And we're literally talking about a brand that's
Well, I'll tell you,
is found in a very specific part of.
It's
of
I'm
Japanese
very
culture.
creative, and I've put it in a few
That's very
videos
weird.
so you can check it out.
Mm.
But just Google black man underwear. Actually, don't
No,
do that.
don't do
Or
that.
do it, but add Don Quixote after it. So you have
Add
the context.
Japan.
Black man
Just
underwear
Japan.
Japan.
Wow, look how big my hand is. I have noticeably small hands. Look how big my hand gets. If I do that. Whoa.
Wow, you've discovered space and
I've
time.
discovered perspective.
It's been 1 week, as Justin says, it's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said, I'm angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying...
It'd be 2 weeks today, so we're sorry.
Is that a song?
No. Yeah, he's following on. It's been 1 week since you looked at me, cocked your head to the side and said I was angry. 5 days since you laughed at me, saying... I'm
not going to lie, I just read that out. Justin's comment, I was like, oh shit, what's happened? I've cocked my head at somebody and said I'm angry. What song is that? Who wrote that?
It was the Bare Naked Ladies. It was their one song. Still, you can still find them. Still doing their thing.
Thomas says, would you do an entire video where you only speak Japanese? Yes, in fact, we've already filmed it and it's coming out in 3 or 4 days. And Pete's not in it, thankfully. That wouldn't have gone very well. Just you. What would you have said? What phrases do you know in Japanese?
Well, I always impress people with my knowledge of toothpick. Sumayoji.
Is that right?
Sumayoji. Charlotte said it was right.
Is that right?
She was impressed.
Sumayoji. I don't even know that one. You know
Butchakan Museum.
You know really obscure words. I'll give you Hakabutsukan is a fairly normal word, but toothpick?
Sumayoji.
You should go.
And this comes from a man trying to
just go up
order an iron over the phone in a hotel. Just saying, it's just iron, isn't it? Iron.
Well,
it's
your Japanese lesson of the day, guys. Iron in Japanese is iron. Iron die. Rancid Dragon says, I love Bomberman, but Bomberman Land Wii sucks. I don't know.
We're doing video game reviews now on the Wii.
Debating Bomberman. We play Bomberman on the SNES. The good thing about retro games bars in Tokyo, Osaka, they have like games from the 80s and 90s. We also played Goldeneye.
Oh, we did, didn't we?
And it was shit.
Bloody impossible.
And what's interesting is growing up as a kid, Goldeneye was like my favourite game ever after Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64. But I found it really, really hard to look at the screen because the N64 is really blocky. I don't know why. The SNES, which came out 5, 6, 8 years before the N64, the graphics seem to be better. And I think it's because the video games weren't as bold, or the video games that came out on
we were playing a 4-player game on the N64.
But it was so blocky.
The feats
of engineering.
Polygonal engineering.
Of 1995.
To deliver that, and you're having a go at them, honestly. Goldeneye is great. Have you been in Dotonbori? We have been in Dotonbori. That's where we spent a lot of the time doing Dotonbori.
Chris,
me and Ian had a long-standing sort of not argument but discussion about the Griko man, the big chocolate brand in Osaka is called Griko, and there's the iconic kind of sign. It's kind of like the Piccadilly Circus kind of TDK sign that used to be in Piccadilly
in Dotonbori.
But in Osaka, there's a runner, the mascot of the guy. I think they've got a few mascots, haven't they, Griko? But one of them is the runner in a vest going, yes, I won the race because I ate so much chocolate.
And you will see that in the video.
Yeah.
That's good.
But at night, he gets turned off, but he gets pulled out mechanically from his background. And we were having, 3 or 4 of us were having about as heated a discussion as it can get about why that was happening. Completely not relevant. But I'm still a little bit blown away by it.
But we did make a music video. We tried to make one of my Blade Runner-esque 1980s style music video with Pete in. So I've got this kind of synthwave music, this kind of retro 80s music, and shots of Pete walking around with neon lights, and it looks kind of cool. So you've got that to look forward to. And I nearly choked on my own voice. Nearly choked on my own voice there.
Electronic Dream says it's all about PS4 now, guys. Thanks for the update. Hadn't heard. There's a lot of adverts for Red Dead Redemption in Japan, isn't there?
Yeah, no, Osaka, there's loads of adverts for Red Dead Redemption. It looks really cool though. Massive neon sign. Chris, will you be doing any more food challenges on this trip? Says Ray. Yeah, well, is eating Kobe beef today, was that a food challenge?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I mean, you
Yeah.
had to swallow about 3 or 4 antacids afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, today's video that's coming out in about 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours, isn't a food challenge, but it does involve a dish, and the dish is black ramen.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the dish is Chris Broad. Because people say dishy, don't they? You're dishy. People from the 70s used to say that, I believe.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Gonna cook myself. We got black ramen coming out though. It's basically ramen. It's got lots of soy sauce in it, and it tastes like shit. That's all right. It's
all right. Nice. Okay. I enjoyed the energy jelly commercial. Yeah, that was good. That
you liked
I finally watched that. You were bugging me saying, Pete, why have you not watched it? I was like, because I'm hanging out with you.
I've had a few. We've had some pretty obscure videos come out the last few days. The last video that came out, I attempted an American accent for like 10 minutes or something.
Didn't that lose you some subscribers?
Yeah, this is crazy, guys. So I did a video doing an American accent. I was cycling on a bike through the middle of nowhere, reading out comments, reading out questions you guys had sent in to me, and doing it in an American accent. And during the video, I joked that American viewers might unsubscribe due to how awful my accent was. And then that day, yesterday or the day before, I had about 600 people unsubscribe, which is a lot.
Tell your friends about Chris's channel.
But not a lot in the context of 1 million subscribers, I guess. But it's the most people I've had unsubscribe in a single day ever. So it's pretty.
Wow, that is.
But I didn't really care. I found it quite funny. I thought that's pretty fucking hilarious.
That's a dig. Pete looks exactly how he sounds.
Pete looks exactly like. Pete looks exactly how he sounds. What is that?
I don't know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? What do you think, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments? I'm going to put this to you now. Is Pete?
There's Michelle.
I don't know what I want to say.
To my radio show sometimes. Hello, Michelle.
Is Pete nice?
Hello from New York. Are you worried about getting sick with so much biking and so little sleep?
Yeah.
The first time I got off my flight and my eyes had gone all big. I don't know what went wrong.
Yeah, Pete's eyes.
I was using an eye mask that I used when I was sleeping on the floor in Zimbabwe, so maybe I had something to do with that.
Using an eye mask that you found on the floor in a hut in Zimbabwe, and you're surprised you got puffy eyes.
Yeah.
Right. I do. Yeah. I'm a bit worried about my health, a little bit, because lots of cycling, lots of filming, editing.
A lot of fried chicken. Your fried chicken intake is worrying, Christopher.
My fried chicken intake.
You're a younger man than me, but I worry.
I was only yesterday that I had fried chicken, and the day before, and some other days before that. Point is, I'm healthy because I've just eaten a banana. Look, I'm healthy. I had a banana. It's individually wrapped. Pete's very nice. He reminds me of Robert Carlyle.
Cheers.
Pete's your typical funny Brit. Pete's handsome. He does look how he sounds. It's a good thing.
Thanks,
Are you going to have Pete try horse meat? No. Have you tried horse meat?
Yeah, I think I did once by accident.
By accident. Masashi.
Masashi.
Masashi. You've got to say it in a serious voice. Masashi.
I never understand the delineation that people who get upset about horse meat when they'll happily eat beef. It's
a bit weird. I think it's because
strange that we.
I think it's because people like horses.
I like cows. I think cows are adorable. Lovely little eyes.
What's adorable is horses. What's better? Let us know in the comments, guys. Horses versus cows. Horse meat.
Horses.
It tastes right. I actually ate some last week. It's pretty common in Japan. It's not a weird thing here. Yeah. Where are you biking to next? Says Amanda Ho. I am biking alone to Himeji Castle, the most famous castle in Japan. And I like it because it's in James Bond. It's in James Bond, You Only Live Twice, the James Bond film set in Japan. So I'm really excited to go there because it's like, I'm in the film that I enjoy.
I've been there.
You've been there?
I've been in Himeji. It's beautiful. It's an UNESCO site, isn't it?
UNESCO World Heritage Site. Was it good though?
It was beautiful. It looks like an Overwatch level.
If you could sum it up in one word, what would that word be?
Oh, don't make me do that again.
Do it. One word. Do the word.
I'm just watching Ian string his guitar. He's stringing his guitar with his Ernie balls.
As I mentioned earlier, guys, we are in a log cabin, and the log cabin in question that we're staying in comes with a free guitar, which you can play. And now Ian, who has got the guitar, he's making the guitar work with the string. Very nice.
We're on.
It's very romantic.
We're on,
what
guys.
A romantic setting.
We're going to have a little sing-song.
Azimodius says, Chris Sam, what's your weight now? Also, best of luck for the journey. My weight now, I don't know.
You weighed yourself?
So I weighed myself 2 or 3 days into the trip, and I weighed 79 kilograms. I don't know what I weigh now, but I'm going to find out and weigh myself. Originally, I was going to weigh myself every day or every week and have like a progress update. But I'm so worried that I was going to put on weight and it would make me look awful that I decided not to do that. So what I'm going to do now is on my last day in Kagoshima, I'll weigh myself. And if I have lost weight, I'll tell you what it is. And if I haven't lost weight, I won't tell you. So I guess I've just given the game away.
Yeah, you have really.
Shit.
The problem with
forget what I said.
doing
Don't
a lot of
ignore
cycling.
that. Can we go back in time and like edit life?
Probably doing a cycle probably means that you do lose a little bit of weight, but the problem is it's really hard to eat healthy on the road.
Well, I've not been eating healthy at all. I've been
No.
drinking fucking sugary coffee from. It's just awful. It's
How many coffees do you have in a day? Again, if Chris's mum is watching,
4, like 3 or 4.
it must be more than that.
No,
But you drink them at like 9 at night. It's crazy.
don't judge me.
It's not right.
But I've been eating a lot of energy jelly.
And
or
I'm the one who can't
Slurping.
sleep.
Yeah, Pete can't sleep. I've been having a lot of energy jelly. I've been eating a lot of fried chicken. I've been eating a lot of food to try and compensate for the ridiculous cycling. So I don't know if I'm going to lose that much weight. But what I will say is I feel thinner.
I feel thinner.
Can you feel thinner?
Can you
I
feel
don't know.
thinner? I don't know.
Let us know in the comments. Can you feel thinner? Noel says, please continue to be careful on the cycle, Chris. You're the best YouTuber out there.
Be careful.
What's been the scariest moment on the ride thus far? Well, Noel, I will be careful. Thank you. I'll try. I'll try. And the scariest moment on the ride has been Pete's face.
Oh, that is rude.
Oh, a low brow.
Well, bearing in mind that
Joking.
I was leading, you wouldn't be. A lot of the
Sure.
time I was leading when I was doing the cycling. We encountered like this random windmill in the middle of nowhere. It's just a little tourist kind of trap, I suppose, with some.
We
with
did
some
find it.
benches
We
and-
did find some weird things on our cycle, which you'll see in the video, including a windmill.
Just a random
Randomly
windmill.
in a field, there
It's
was some
It
windmills.
looked like it was.
It's like going to Holland.
Yeah.
It's like a break in the time-space continuum in the middle
So
of
weird.
Kyoto. It was a windmill.
So strange.
But the scariest moment on the ride thus far has been the tunnel. If you go back and look at a video I made about a week ago now, myself and Joey challenged me to go in the tunnel. You see it?
Oh yeah, the spooky tunnel.
Spooky tunnel.
Mm.
It was fucking creepy.
The
Like,
problem with spooky tunnels in Japan is that like a lot of them have spiders.
yeah, I was
Spiders.
I was
everywhere.
scared of spiders, snakes, and bears because the tunnel in question was up a mountain. We had to beat our way through like a jungle to get to it, and then there it was. And they say you can hear the voice of a woman in there. And we went all the way into the middle of the tunnel. And it was a
Did
pretty
they
long
say that
tunnel.
when you went in there.
Well, we got fairly far into the tunnel, like 50 meters in, and then Joey, who was with me, just ran off with the fucking torch.
Nah.
And I just and I just was surrounded by darkness with like a light at the end of the tunnel, both metaphorically and literally. And I was just like running towards the end of the tunnel. I just pictured like a hand coming out, like grabbing me and pulling me back in, but it didn't. It didn't at
This is
all.
gonna happen tonight in the spooky cabin.
Yeah,
You're going to
Because
some
I'm
quite
gonna do it to
spooky
you.
places.
I'm gonna do it to you. Pete, do you play Owl? What's Owl?
I think because I
Overwatch.
mentioned Overwatch earlier on. No, I don't actually.
You don't play Overwatch. You're
No,
the video
look
games
forward to
guy.
the new. It's going to be a busy time. Hitman, Red Dead Redemption's coming out, and other stuff too,
2 games and more.
and more.
Chris, can you collaborate with PewDiePie? Says Void in a suit. I would do it if he came to Japan. He is friends with my friend Joey, so there is a link
My
there.
friend Joey.
If Joey's watching this, which he's definitely not, set me up, hook me up with Felix, and we'll make it happen.
See, Sophie Castle. I'm with Pete. You got to rest and eat well.
I do eat well. Fried chicken's a good source of carbohydrates
Sauce.
and protein. Per gram, fried chicken contains more health than most foods.
Yeah, that's something I've heard from doctors.
Per gram. Are you there for real? Oh no, sorry. It's I don't know what I'm reading now. You could be gaining muscle and losing fat. Muscle weighs more than fat, says Christina. Exactly. So if I do put on weight, it's because I've got muscle here and not got fat from eating fried chicken. So,
And
yeah.
I'd like to Ren's message, Ren Canado,
I think it's a message further up.
not on there.
Was Chris, make a hentai of Chris going from town to town, please. How? How would that work?
Would they just draw it?
I don't
Like
know.
draw your sexy adventures as you go on your cycle.
We've had some really good fan art actually. People sending
Yeah.
stuff in. We're building a page on the Tokyo Creative website at the moment
There's some
where we
great
can
drawings.
collate some of the awesome fan art we've got.
Mm.
Fortunately, there's been no hentai, and let's
Right.
keep it that way.
Watch for the deluge of filth.
The deluge of filth.
Yeah.
That's Pete. That's going to be Pete
I want to
Donaldson's
be
YouTube channel name.
Me and Chris hentai and chicaning the heck out of each other. What have we got here?
Dress as a woman for a day so you could be cycling as abroad in Japan for Halloween.
Hey.
No.
What's your least favourite places in Japan that you just cannot stand? That's rude, isn't it?
What's
least-
that's a genuinely good question from
Yeah.
Danny. What's your least favourite place in Japan that you cannot stand? Well, we were in Kyoto 3 days ago, and for the most part, Kyoto was amazing. We had a really good time. We went to some really obscure places. We went to the Monkey Park, I really enjoyed that.
Much fun.
And we went to Monster Street.
Oh yeah, Monster Street.
Yokai Street.
Yokai Street. So basically, it's a street where all of these enterprising shopkeepers have decided to make their own kind of mythical, some based on actual Japanese myths, some not, to varying degrees of, I'm going to use the word shitness. And they have just made them out of common household items, and it's rather underwhelming.
Yeah, I mean,
but it did make me laugh because it's just the sort of businesses that had the things outside to attract tourists in, to attract people in, were like goldfish shops.
Yeah,
Who's buying a
really
goldfish and taking that on?
So when we were in Kyoto, I basically handed the reins over to Pete. I was like, Pete, what do you want to do? Should we go look at the Kenkakuji Temple, or the Fushimi Inari Shrines, or the Temple of Wonder? What the fuck is it? And Pete was like, no, I want to go to the Monkey Park. So we went to the Monkey Park, and then I was like, okay, let's go look at a temple. And Pete was like, no, I want to go to Monster Street. And I was like, all right, that sounds good.
That does feel like that.
But we looked at, that's exactly what you sound like. I went on Google Maps and typed in like Monster Street, and it came up, and it was like 3 stars out of 5. And there was loads of people who were like pissed because they'd gone to this street. It sounds good, right? Monster Street, it must be fucking good. There's monsters in the word, monsters in the phrase. But it is just an abandoned shopping street with 90% shuttered buildings and 5 or 6 weird monsters made out of like bins and cartons and shit.
Maybe the real monsters are us, humans, and our wastefulness, because they've used a lot of recycled goods to make those monsters.
Oh, fucking individually wrapped bananas, ladies and gentlemen. All over
Name and shame the company.
But I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and Pete and I made our own monsters in Monster Street, and you've got that to look forward to.
Yes,
so
that's a good video. I enjoyed that.
Pete, did you get to go to the aquarium?
I didn't get to hug a seal. I demanded to go to an aquarium. Instead, Chris took me to a piano bar because his mind is full of sin. Yeah, we went to the piano bar, remember? I played the piano for a bit.
You did play the piano. It wasn't.
And we watched some Ariana Grande videos.
Are daily videos going to continue after the cycle? Take a break, says Brent. I mean, it's kind of daily videos now, but with daily videos, but with days in between when there's no videos. So it's kind of daily videos. I like to brand it as that. Kind of daily videos. I say it's daily videos because I'm pretty much editing every day. Even if a video isn't released, like yesterday there was no video, but I was editing throughout the day. Some videos take a little bit more time than others. But I hope you like the fact there's been lots of videos. I think that's cool. Some people have been pissed at me. I saw someone on Twitter was like, "Oh, you said the videos were daily, but they're not. You're a cunt." And I was like, "Oh,
that's a strong word."
There could be no videos. Like,
there could be no videos. Yeah.
Yeah, but like.
He's doing his best.
I'm doing my best.
He's drinking a lot of coffee and he's staying up very late editing.
And
I don't think it's healthy for the lad.
I enjoy staying up till 5 a.m. editing a video because I know it's going to be enjoyed by people.
He will not delegate.
There you go. Every 2 days videos. Says
every 2 days videos.
That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Every 2 days videos.
Bi-daily videos. Yeah.
If you're up to it, this is Azimodius again. If you're up to it, act and call Pete your senpai. In the internet way. You know what I'm talking about.
Face. Yeah.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me, senpai.
Notice me, senpai.
Is senpai like a teacher or something? Or like
no, it means literally means
like a sexy boss.
It means superior. In Japan, it's senpai kohai.
Right.
Senpai means somebody who's above you. So, for example, if we're at school, if we're at the same school together, I'd be the kohai, you'd be the senpai, because you'd be older than me.
Okay, right.
Often it's based on age.
Yeah.
So it's like superior.
Is it like the ages of the AKB47?
Yeah.
Girls? Because as they get older, they
well, yeah, you have like a senpai, the oldest person, AKB48.
Get kicked out.
Yeah,
oldest person.
The oldest person is the senpai.
The whole thing's disgusting.
Pete's not my senpai though, because he's Pete.
Podcast will still be coming out during the ride. we're pretty much covered, aren't we now? I think.
Yes, if you're wondering about the podcast, Pete and I do every Wednesday/Thursday, depending on where you are in the world.
Yes.
It is coming out. We've actually just recorded 2 podcasts in a room, in a cupboard, with the camera in front of us and talking, and I think it's going to be good. So you've got that to look forward to.
Imaginate00 watching from work at NASA.
Wow.
I recently came across a visiting scientist from JAXA. I presume it's the Japanese space program.
Space Agency.
Is the space program something maybe kids get excited about in Japan? There's rockets all over the place, mate.
That's interesting. You don't hear about JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency. You don't really hear about it much in Japan. And I don't find people in Japan are particularly excited about it, sadly. The UK has no rocket. We don't have any rockets. We're shit. But in Japan, they have rockets of their own.
Right, okay.
We don't have that, and we suck. But Japan does.
Up there. Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm just disappointed that someone from NASA is not doing good work.
Doing good work.
Watching your muggy little videos.
Fuck off. If someone's watching this from NASA, you are a legend.
Well done.
This is time well spent.
Well done.
Time well spent, because you get to see 2 people in a log cabin in Kobe talking about things for half an hour. Worth it. Josh says, keep up the good work. Thanks, Josh. I'll keep up the good work.
You do best.
I'll keep going. I'll keep trying. Hey, do an American Southern accent, says Blake. Go on, Pete.
No.
Howdy, y'all. I'm going to live in my log cabin for an evening.
I don't know why I'm staying in the log cabin, but I know there's a whole lot of fun.
Red Dead Redemption.
There's a whole lot of fun.
Red Dead Redemption's going to be so good.
It's going to be good.
Is that out yet? When's that out?
Red Dead Redemption. It's going to be out soon.
Everyone's going to be better than me by the time I get home.
How is your butt after 500 kilometers?
How's your butt after 500 kilometers? Yeah? How's your butt, Simon?
Sitting on a bike, after 3 days, I couldn't sit down properly. But I do feel okay now. I've got a cushion on the bike, and I've got padded pants, padded trousers or something. So that helps. Pete doesn't have padded anything. So when he was on the bike 3 days ago, he couldn't sit down.
No.
It was hilarious.
I had to fold myself in on itself.
You were on the bike, Pete, for 5 minutes, and I heard you say, "Oh, they rate these bike seats harder than I remember," and that's when I knew that you were fucked.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
You spend the next 10 hours on that bike.
Someone's asking us about our J League team, the soccer. Chris, you're not a massive fan,
know what soccer is.
But we're obviously, of course, in the home of some pretty notable footballers. Andres Iniesta being one of them, because we're in Kobe.
Kobe is a football team.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe has football.
Vissel Kobe Vissel.
Hi. There goes another 600 subscribers, says Nick. Yeah. The American accent. I noticed the viewer figures on this live stream dipped by 20%. So I've got to not do any more accents ever again. Did anyone else think that Chris's accent sounded more Canadian during the one on the cycle, says Amber? I don't know. I don't know the difference between Canadian and American accent. There is one, isn't there?
Charlotte Canadian.
Yeah, she's not in there. Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere else.
I don't know.
They say a boot, don't they?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just treat all the North American accents as one accent that I butcher when I try to do it.
Will Riotero be joining you, Chris?
Will Risotto be joining?
Stop calling him Risotto.
He's Risotto.
Terrible.
He's named after an Italian rice-based dish. Yes, Risotto will be joining. In fact, he's going to be joining in 2 days.
Oh, is he? Oh, awesome stuff. I genuinely asked that question expecting you to shoot me down.
No, Risotto.
Riotero is so handsome.
He's going to be joining, and is he?
Yeah, he is.
I
don't think you realise.
Is Risotto?
He lights up the screen.
Is Risotto good looking, ladies and gentlemen? Let us know in the comments. Let's get to the bottom of this mystery. But he's joining. He's going to be cycling with me from Himeji to a field, and I don't know where we're finishing with Riotero. But he's going to be joining.
He's going to leave him in a field.
He's going to leave in a field.
Yeah. Okay.
What's the weirdest moment of the trip so far? Says Forbidden Fig.
Forbidden Fig.
Well, actually, the first day of our trip, something weird happened. Pete and I had this little scene. So Pete and I met by Lake Biwa. It's beautiful freshwater lake. The sun was glistening, the birds singing, the fish swimming, and Pete and I were trying to film the opening to the video, and then we just heard meow, 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 and we looked around, and there was a dozen cats surrounding us. So I thought we were about to die. But then it turned out there was a man just cooking a stew in this little hut on the beach by the lake for all the cats, and all the cats.
Like a delicious cat stew.
A cat stew.
Not in. Oh God, what was in that? That could have been. Cats could have been in there. That's probably why he was he tracked them in, and then he was just cooking them.
Oh, like Soylent Green, but with cats.
Yeah. Terrible.
killing the cats to feed the cats. But no, there was a guy cooking a stew for some cats, and the cats were loving it. So the opening to Pete's first video is just us sitting on a bench, bemused by the fact there's like a dozen cats surrounding us, meowing like, furiously. Couldn't have started any better, to be honest.
A lot of people saying that, agreeing with me that Ryotaro is a want to use the word DILF, which I'm enjoying.
DILF. What's a DILF? Dad, I'd like to.
Oh, Reddit food, didn't you? Also, where's the coolish? We just had some coolish. We finished.
I thought we finished it.
We finished. Yeah, we just had. We
We've
just
had it,
had.
mate.
I've had my first bit of coolish of the trip. 5 days in.
Took 4 days for Pete to have the ice cream he so dearly loves.
I know, right?
Ryotaro, Chantel says, Ryotaro, my sister says, yes, he's very good looking. In my opinion, everyone's attractive in their own way. But for me, no, he's not. Brilliant.
Go on, text him that.
I'm going to tell Ryotaro you said that,
Line him
Chantel.
that right now.
I'm going to take a photo of that right now on my iPhonic device, like this. There you go. And I'm going to send that to Ryotaro. We've got a comment here. I really like your podcasts and videos, says Alejandro. I went last year to Japan in January for my honeymoon and really loved it. Snowy Shirakagua Go is amazing. Are you ever planning on coming to Mexico? I'd like to go to Mexico, Alejandro. I would like to go for a nice beach holiday. I keep dreaming about sitting on a beach in Mexico.
Cancun spring break, yeah!
Drinking. Not Cancun, because I can't be doing with noisy teenagers trying to enjoy alcohol. But yeah, no, I'd love to go to Mexico, just relax on a beach. I often dream about it. Whenever I'm stressed, I basically pretend I'm in the Caribbean and listen to Caribbean music. But yeah, no, I'd love to go. Yay for more podcasts, says Michelle. They keep me sane on my long tube and bus journey. Great to see you both together and can't wait for the new videos. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you very much. Lots of new videos on the way. There are, how many videos with you, Pete, on this channel coming up? 4 videos.
4 videos.
So day one of Pete's day one video is Pete and I cycling around Lake Biwa into Kyoto in the rain.
Getting wet.
Our challenge.
2 guys, Senpai and the other one,
Disgusting.
getting wet in Kyoto. Yeah.
The second video is us in Kyoto. The third is us in Osaka, and the fourth is us in Kobe. So lots of cool stuff there. Lots of cool videos on the way. When are you coming back to England next? Will you do some kind of meetup? I don't know. I'll probably come back to England in December, and I may or may not do a meetup. What I will say, I mean, I don't know if I'm fun enough to meet up with. Am I?
God, no. Yeah, I mean, you know not of what you speak. You don't want this in your life. You don't need this.
There you go.
He's good at arm's length, but any closer, it's upsetting.
Exactly. I don't think I'm very fun to meet up with.
He's very nice. He's always very nice. Well, the thing I've noticed that whenever we got close to like a city centre that was quite popular, like Kyoto or Osaka, Chris couldn't do any filming because he was he was talking to people who would watch the videos.
Well, it's been nice though. Like because I live in the Japanese countryside. Well, I live in rural Japan. I don't get stopped that much in daily life. It happens a few times a week. But in Kyoto and in Osaka, it happened every 5 minutes. And certainly at the monkey park, I was trying to film, and
the monkey's a big fan.
The monkeys, but so many fans. Yeah, all the monkeys were saying hello. But there was about 20 people at different points came and said hello, and it was really awesome. I absolutely love it. So if you do see me in Japan, if you see me walking down the street in Japan or London or Brighton or Canada or anywhere, do come and say hello. Don't be afraid. Interesting trend is girls don't come and say hello to me. They find me scary, apparently.
Oh, I see.
So I was with Charlotte the other day, and a girl recognised Charlotte. I went, "Oh, Charlotte, yeah." And Charlotte was like, "Look, it's Chris." And the girl was like, "Oh, I'm too scared to talk to him. He looks scary."
Yeah.
So apparently I'm scary.
You did have your flies down, though. You were chanting incantations.
If you're a girl watching this, am I scary? Let us know in the comments.
What way to end the live stream?
Am I scary?
Hey girls, am I scary?
I think maybe I'm just intimidating. I don't know.
I've noticed more women follow me on Instagram now than used to, because I don't really post a lot up there.
Well, only it seems to be exclusively women follow me on Instagram.
You do have a lot of female followers, because I usually operate in the spheres of soccer.
The spheres of soccer.
The spheres of soccer.
Well, interestingly,
podcastery. And since I've started working with you on the podcast, the Abroad Japan podcast that you subscribe to right now on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts, I've noticed that a lot more women follow me on Instagram.
It's interesting. I think it's just more girls on Instagram, but on YouTube, most of my viewers are guys. Like I
Right.
think something like 70% of my viewers are guys, and yet on Instagram it's like 70% of my followers are girls. So
Weird.
don't know how that works.
Weird.
I did mention that on an Instagram live chat thing I did like 3 or 4 days ago, and
Right.
loads of girls messaged me saying, "I do watch you on YouTube, but I look through I watch it whilst on my boyfriend's YouTube," and things like that. I found lots of excuses. It was quite interesting.
It's football, not soccer.
Football, not soccer.
It's a global game. It's a global
You've
game.
been called out,
Global
mate.
game. Grow up.
Chris, you are scary. No, you're a big teddy bear. Choto kawaii. That means you're scary. Yes, terrifying. You suit. Elizabeth says you do seem unapproachable. I like that.
Yeah, I love that.
I kind of want to be unapproachable. I like that aura of terrifyingness.
Yeah.
I like to scare people.
Asmodis has come back in with, what kind of editing software do you prefer to use for your videos?
Senpai. Oh my god, having you so close to my ear. It's horrible. I edit my videos on Adobe Premiere Pro.
Ooh,
I highly recommend that.
Pro. What's the next one? Jacob,
Throw you out a window.
do you miss Freddos or do you smuggle them into Japan?
Jacob says, "Do you miss Freddos?" Freddos are little chocolate bars like this big. They used to cost 5 pence back in my day. Now they cost like 20 pence. We don't get them in Japan, and I would love to see them again. Please bring me Freddos next time.
I didn't bring you anything.
He
Did I?
did. So I asked Pete. Pete came all the way from the UK, 8,000 kilometers. I said, "Pete, can you bring me a care package of things from the UK, right? Chocolates, biscuits, crisps, cider, things we don't really get here." And what did he bring me? Fuck all.
No.
He brought me nothing.
No, I brought you one thing.
He brought me one thing. He still hasn't given it to me.
I
So
brought you half a Zimbabwean dollar, which is worth, depending on which day of the week it is, between an American dollar and nothing. So
a Zimbabwe dollar of absolutely no value.
travelled all the way from Zimbabwe. That.
I mean, that's quite
Just for you,
interesting.
Just for you.
I would have liked food more.
Mm.
I would have liked it a lot more. What is the first thing you're going to do after finishing your grand cycle tour? Says Agata. The first thing. So after I finish the grand cycle tour, I imagine there's going to be a backlog of videos, probably like 10 videos or something. So once I finish cycling, I'm going to wrap up the videos, finish editing, and then I'm going to go to the UK for a few weeks and relax. And I'm literally just going to sit in a room and do nothing because I really need that.
I think you do.
I'm going to just enjoy looking back over the videos though. But I'm just going to sit in a room and do nothing. And I can't wait for it. It's going to be glorious.
Lovely.
It was glorious. We are going to wrap things up now, guys. I'll give you 3 minutes to send your last questions in. So let's have a rapid fire question round before Pete and I run along. Pete's going to bed.
I'm going to bed.
And I'm going to edit a video and release it. So keep an eye out in the next, what is it? It's 11:20 at the moment. So probably 2 a.m.-ish.
Are you putting out this black ramen
Yeah.
video tonight?
Yeah.
So I'll wake up and it'll be up.
You're going to wake up and you're going to see my video.
Okay.
Isn't that a dream come true?
Livicu says, how often do you call your mums?
Not enough. I should actually. Yeah, I feel guilty. Why should I haven't seen that question? Not enough is the answer.
Go and ring your mum. Go on. What time's it in Britain? Go
I
and ring
don't
your
know.
mum.
She's
Right,
probably
we're going to end this right now.
genuinely
Right,
at
we're
work.
going to use the last 3 minutes.
Genuinely at
Ring
work.
your
I have $100 trillion Zimbabwe note.
mum. Who's
I want that.
Tanuki? And why do they
Tanuki's
have
a little like bear creature.
Tanuki testicles?
Tanuki testicles. Oh. How many hours a day are you spending on editing after all the cycling? I'm spending 10 hours a day editing, maybe. No, it's about 6 to 8 hours, I'd say. Maybe 8 hours.
There's just a lot of clips. A lot of stuff. We got a message here. What happened, Emilio? Pojas, I think. What happened to the waifu pillow Joey put on the bike? Still got it. Still got it.
Yeah, the waifu pillow is still with us. It's in desperate need of a clean, of a wash.
Oh,
it's not. But yeah, I mean,
I've had my head on that.
Yeah, you were laying your head on it, Elliot. That's why it needs a fucking wash. Right? Do you know any other accents? Says Nick.
I don't think we need that right now.
Yeah, I don't want to lose any more subscribers. I can do an Irish accent quite well.
Can you now? Apologise to your mother for not ringing you in an Irish accent.
I'm not going to be doing that. I'm not doing accent. I don't want to lose. I've already lost enough American viewers this week.
I'm very sorry for not calling you Ma.
I don't want to lose more Irish viewers. Can you come to London? Says Anime Otaku. I can come to London. Nick says, I can't. Oh, sorry, Nick. I was reading your name. The comments went whoosh, and now your comments lost forever. So that it feels like the Titanic when the boat's sinking.
Singing.
Were you ever injured on the trip until now? Also, good night, says Asimodeus.
Good night, Asimodeus.
I was injured on the trip. You can't really see it now. This is pathetic, isn't it?
I wondered what
Not
that
even worth
was.
showing. I fell off the bike, as I mentioned earlier in the podcast. I film when I'm cycling. I film with the GoPro, which is tied to the front of the bike. And I was looking at the GoPro, cycling along, and I looked up, and there was a pole, and I went into the pole. And I've got it on the GoPro, so that's going to be in the video. So
Brilliant.
You can watch me crash in slow motion. You're going to love it. It's going to be
Fantastic.
the event of the century. CL Wiosna says, do you think you can ever dedicate a video to discussing general tips and advice for the JET program? And thanks, and wherever you are in the big wide country of Japan, have a good night. Yes, I can do. I'm thinking about it. It's all about the right time of year, because lots of people apply to JET in September, so I should probably release it in August. So I might do that next year. But yeah, I will do it.
Somebody making an Alan Partridge reference. Why would you want to go to London? You'll either get mugged or not appreciated, which I quite enjoyed.
We'll be doing a lot of Alan Partridge references actually on this trip.
Yeah, we have been. We're halfway up a mountain, and we have managed to broadcast this video, which is pretty incredible. So we must thank the people of iVideo.
Yes, is that right? So this
iVideo.
a good point. This podcast, what am I on about? This live chat. The reason it worked is thanks to this iVideo. They have technically sponsored this live show by giving us this. This is awesome.
It's a good job I'm here to give the sponsor credits, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm so professional. iVideo.
If you're in Japan, you need pocket Wi-Fi. iVideo.
Yeah,
if it wasn't for this wouldn't have happened. So thank you, iVideo, for taking two guys in a log cabin up a mountain in the middle of nowhere in Kobe and letting us stream to over 1,000 people.
Yeah, we have log cabin broadband, but it's too slow. This is faster than
the log cabin Wi-Fi. Log cabin's great. We've got a free guitar and it's a great place with heating, but the Wi-Fi is awful.
I do like the password.
This saved the day. So thank you. If you're in Japan and you need good Wi-Fi, you want to do a live chat. iVideo, pocket Wi-Fi, yeah. And that's it.
The Wi-Fi password to this property is Frontier, which I quite like. So if you're ever passing in the Kobe Mountains, you can get a bit of free Wi-Fi. Just search for holiday. Don't give the
people our Wi-Fi. Don't tell them the Wi-Fi
Frontier.
password.
So yeah, there you go.
Dear oh dear. That's all for now, though, guys. Pete, thanks for being on the cycle.
Thanks, mate. I enjoy myself immensely.
I am sad to see you go. I've actually really enjoyed your time, even though I don't know what you're doing with this banana. What? Okay, I take back.
Say goodbye to everybody.
I take back
I
everything
look
I
like
just said.
Colonel Sanders, who we were talking about earlier on the podcast.
You don't look like Colonel Sanders. You look like Colonel fucking idiot. What? This is horrible.
Colonel Kurtz. I've gone mad in the mountains. The horror.
They want us to do it. Stanley says, do a beatbox outro.
No.
I'll do a beatbox. You do a rap. This is how it works with Natsuki. So you've got to try and match Natsuki.
Natsuki.
Natsuki. Do it.
What have I got to do?
Sing.
What about?
Bananas.
Just get out. Let's press the stop button.
But I've got to beatbox my way out.
Who put that in?
Everyone.
Who said that? Just beatbox.
Imola.
They don't want to hear me rap. They want to hear you beatbox. I can't rap. You can beatbox.
Rap.
Beatbox.
Fucking hell. All right, guys. No matter where you might be watching from out there in the big wide world, thanks for watching. Stick around another few hours and the next video will be out. And the journey across Japan cycle will continue without Pete tomorrow, but with Risotto the Great,
Dilf.
in 2 days. Dilf. Dad, I'd
Dilf.
like to foxes.
Senpai. Hot Daddy Hentai.
No matter where you might be, get away, Pete. Have a great day, guys. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening. All the best. Enjoy your Thursday. Beatbox outro.